Welcome to episode 4 of the Gumball Machine Podcast. I just had a sip of scotch and my throat is on fire. With me, as always, are my co-host is Ali Quinn.
Woo!
Mark Chandler.
My throat's not on fire.
Ooh, lucky you, because you just spilt all your scotch. Anyways, moving on. We have a two couple special guests with us. Longtime friend of mine, Justin Perry.
What up?
And fellow guitar player of mine, Alex Justkavicius.
It's Justin Bitches, actually. No, whoa. Alex Justkavicius.
Justkavich.
Yeah. Just do the dishes, maybe.
Wow,
I don't know. It's really whatever, it's yours at this point.
We're all doing fine tonight, I think. We're all having a good time.
Where is Paul? People
That's a really good question because I didn't introduce him. Apparently, he went to Rockfest this past weekend, had a great time. But apparently he decided to yell a lot and blew his voice out and drank a bunch.
He had too good of a good time.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I hope you're having a great time right now, Paul, and I know you're listening. See you next week, you piece of fucking shit, bitch, garbage!
Bring the beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because he's definitely missing out.
For next week, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
And water.
Yeah.
That's an inside joke for here, but sorry, Paul. Moving on. We, the fair bunch here, except for one of us, tend to smoke a whole lot of weed. And tonight we're going to do just that. Normally we don't smoke in Paul's apartment because here in Ontario and Canada, you can't smoke inside. However, it is legal to smoke weed. So we're going to do just that. And I'm going to ask everybody, when was the first time you got high? Who wants to go first?
Wait, before anything, does it have to be the first time you got high?
Yeah.
I don't
If you can't make something up, then I'm sure you can recall.
The first time you remember getting high.
The first time you got really high.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I'll let you guys go first.
All right, I'll go first. I was 12, and I lived in Florida, so it was like West Palm Beach somewhere. It was a skate park. I was with my friends that we used to go to like the skate park where you rollerblade inside, and then the other side people would be playing hockey, and they have this like little disco for like underage kids. You know, we like goth kids used to go there and party. It was really cool actually. But I remember someone was like, "You want to smoke some weed?" I'm like, "Sure." No idea what the fuck that was. I smoked it, and I was like, "Okay, well, it's kind of whatever." Which was pretty crazy because then like cops came around and we were just kind of like scattered, but like they weren't. It wasn't for us. No, it wasn't for us at all. There was like someone who like fell and broke their ankle or some shit. So it was totally fine, but I was like paranoid the whole time. But like I didn't have like a good high. I was just kind of paranoid, being like, "Fuck, I'm gonna fall and break my ankle too. Like that's gonna suck." And I'm like 12, you know. But yeah, that was my first time. And then my mom picked me up, and I went home, and I ate a grilled cheese. And
did she have any idea?
Ooh, grilled cheese?
No really? Idea. But like,
she didn't give you like the snake eyes.
Even, like, if you knew my mom, like even if she knew, she'd kind of just ignore it.
Right.
She'd be like, "Meh." She wouldn't even talk about it. You know, if like I'm not dying, she'll just be like, "Whatever. All right." I picked her up. I dropped her off. She was there the whole time. Fuck it. She showed up. So yeah. Good times.
What about you, Alex?
Oh, there's a little story attached behind it because like me getting high for the first time is actually not all that exciting. But remember, it was like everybody else. You know, you just get too stoned, you fucking lie on a couch, you're like, holy fuck, I'm high. And you're just, I was just done for like an hour and a half after that. But before I got there, I was at work one day. And one of the regulars comes running into the kitchen because it was a sports bar and a lot of people just knew everybody who worked there, so they'd come in. And he runs into the kitchen. He's like, "Holy fuck, guys, I really fucked up. I locked my keys in my car. I can't go home. I've got an important phone call with my grandma," or something ridiculous like that. "And you got to come out and you got to help me." So the other cook, Maddie, he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, I got a solution for this." He goes and he grabs a couple of pool cues and he's like, "We're going to fish it out through this little crack in the window, right?" And they go out and they start doing it. And they're at it for like 5-10 minutes. And Maddie comes back and he's like, "Fuck, Ben, you got to come out here, man. Like we can't do it. We can't get into this car. It's just too hard to fish it out. It's on the passenger seat. We can't get it with the pool cue. You got to come out and try it out." So Ben goes out and he tries it out for another 10 minutes.
Pool cue?
Yeah. Just trying to fish it out through a window. And like, because it was sitting on the keys were sitting on a seat and the doors were locked. It was just the stupidest.
Through the ring and like.
Yeah, exactly. So after a while, they're like, Alex, man, can you come out and check this out? And I go out and I stick my arm in the window and I just unlock the door. Because they didn't even fucking try that. And the regular was like, oh, fuck, man, I can't believe it. Here, have some fucking weed. And gave me this shitty, like, dried up weed and packed up in tinfoil just pretty conveniently, really.
Oh, the best tinfoil weed.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be shitty when.
Yeah.
And then I got high.
The tree leaves.
The first time I ever got high was, I think I was 15 or 16, and one of my best friends, Kyle, he had just moved out of the city, moved out to Metcalfe, and he basically lived in like a wooden cabin in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I would go out to his house every once in a while, out to the like on the weekends or something. And
out to the weed kids.
Yeah, I know. It's happening. His next door neighbors became very close friends of theirs. They were around the same age. They had dirt bikes and like big tree forts and stuff in the back of their yard. And one weekend, these guys, I guess, had gotten their hands on some weed and some alcohol, sourpuss, apparently, if I can recall properly.
There we go. Show a girl a good time, why don't you?
Right?
So we started off with some of the sourpuss up in this tree fort in the back of their property.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess maybe dusk had rolled around. We decided to smoke this weed that we had. None of us really knew how to roll. I think one of the older brothers knew how to roll, but we ended up getting really, really high. Obviously, the first time everyone's the fucking same. You're lying on your fucking back. Till we got really hungry, and the only thing Kyle had brought out to this fucking tree fort was a package of fucking hot dogs. And in this tree fort was like a tiny, tiny little space heater. And so we were using it because it was nighttime and it was like starting to get chilly. We had our sleeping bags, but like, so we had this space heater that like we just turned on its side and put the hot dogs on it for like half an hour. They got hot and we ate them like that. We forgot to turn the fucking space heater off. And yeah, one of the brothers' sleeping bags got like all melted and burnt and shit. And I, of course, got blamed, but it could have been fucking any of us.
Yeah.
I think I had the most hot dogs, but I guess that's probably why I took the blame.
See, and this is why I don't smoke weed, because I don't need stories like that, because everybody else's is funny enough. What?
You drink, right?
Yeah.
You must have some nice, like, do you ever, like, piss in a fucking closet or something?
No. No.
Drink more.
Okay.
Justin,
Don't worry, I'll smoke.
what do you got, man? Do you still want to wait for last? Do you want to let Mark go, or?
I'm trying to actually, like, figure out the best one.
Hey, he needs
like,
more time to think. Mark, you said you got a good one.
A good weed story?
Yeah, you said you had a fucking story.
I got a great weed story.
Well,
but
we're talking about weed.
The first time, I don't remember the first time I smoked weed, but I know I've bought it like twice in my life, and both times I gave it away to people because I was like, because I didn't know how to roll it. I didn't have anything to smoke it out of, and it just didn't do anything for me.
That's
and
good.
my whole
That's
life, till I stopped smoking it when I was 19, I was like, It never really did anything for me because I didn't want to just sit in the couch. I wanted to be doing a million things all at the same time, which is a whole other conversation.
Hey, you know what? I'm just going to skip all the weed and go straight to heroin.
I'm from Stratford, so bring that down a notch.
Well, tell us.
Nope.
Tell us.
Don't worry, man. I went to rehab over oxys and shit.
Yeah. Stratford's the meth capital of Canada, so.
Oh, hey. In Miramichi, where I was, like, in my teen years, I was 16. That's almost 20 years ago. Yeah, we were flooded.
Yeah, and yeah, I did good. I did some good things back then.
Good.
But yeah, if you want a story, sure, I'll give you a story. So a bunch of years ago, yeah, because that's all you can do here. A bunch of years ago, a buddy of mine had some cookies that he made from weed that he grew, and I was like, fuck it, like I'll eat half of one. So I ate half of one, and like nothing really happened in an hour, and I was like, okay, well, I can handle this. I hadn't smoked in probably 10 plus years at this point. And then Yeah.
We're smoking right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then, no, I'm good. Oh, just wait. Just wait.
Oh, okay.
So I eat another like half or a quarter of a cookie, 3/4 of a cookie in. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh fuck. So we're downstairs and he's showing me this album and it's the Faceless Duality album. And he's like, dude, this artwork is so sweet. And I was like, I am so fucking high right now. I can't even breathe. And I ran out of his house. Yeah. That's not the best part. This is the beginning of the
Act
story.
1.
Yeah. So I'm driving home.
He's got the novel.
He's
It
driving
takes me
home
about
to
45 minutes to get home. It was 7 minutes. Yeah, I was so high that I thought it took 45 minutes. It was
Crazy.
a 7 minute.
Just drove
ride.
20 the whole way.
Oh no, I was going the speed limit. Like I was so awful.
Driving stoned is the worst.
I get
honestly.
I agree.
I get home and I'm like, okay, it's garbage night. Got to take garbage out. I'm gonna take the garbage out. I got this. I can take garbage out. I'm like, I need a minute. I walk downstairs and I'm like, I'm just high. I can do this. I'm okay. I'm just really high. Everything's going to be okay. Walk back upstairs. I'm tying up the garbage. You know, you 1, 2, tie it up.
Tie my shoe.
I did it for like
rabbit hole.
3 minutes. I tied it so goddamn tight that I barely had any garbage bag left. It was half full. Yeah.
It was half full.
Yeah. 3/4 of a cookie.
Wow.
So I take the cookie. Yeah. So I take the garbage out and I come back inside and I'm like, I need to chill the fuck out. I'm just going to sit on the couch, watch some TV. Everything's going to be okay. It's okay. Just high. Sit on the couch. I'm like, nope. I need to go to bed. It's time to go to bed, but I need to take these books off my feet. There's books on my feet. There's a stack of magazines on my feet right now.
Why?
They need to get off of my feet. I don't understand what's happening. The magazines need to get off my feet. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go to bed. Magazines, you're coming off my feet. I look down, bubble wrap.
What?
Yeah, it wasn't
Why?
magazines. It was bubble wrap because I was so high that I thought it was magazines because it was so heavy on my feet.
Those were some good cookies.
So Act 2 is pretty ridiculous. So,
yeah,
I'm
so-
looking forward to hearing who put the bubble wrap on your feet.
I did. I just put my
no.
feet on the ground and bubble wrap fell on my feet because it was near the couch.
Fuck,
do you
are you
live?
sure there was bubble wrap there?
I promise that I'm well aware
Was it
of.
there when you were sober?
Yeah,
I think somebody was playing with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
it was
Yeah,
no.
It was a trick.
No, it was not. Because I looked down and
Maybe
I was
even
like,
at one point someone had actually put magazines on there to give you the idea. Then they took them away.
there was no
and
one
then put
there.
the bubble wrap there.
It was literally just me. And I looked down and I was like, wow, it's time for bed. So I went to bed and I woke up the next day, like a good 10 hours later, and I was like, I am still high. This is awful.
I love weed hangovers.
But so I called my buddy that gave it to me and I was like, never do that to me again. I hate you. And he was like, what's your problem? I was like, I am still high. He's like, it's been like a day, man. I was like, I know. Stop it. And yeah, so to this day, bubble wrap, the Faceless,
They're all triggers.
driving.
Duality
Yeah.
album.
Yeah, it's planetary duality.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you do though, because he called it duality twice.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just
that's how
picking on
high
you.
I was.
Sorry.
I was
Yeah,
just
fair
like-
enough. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nonetheless, the artwork fucks me up. So,
Fuck.
yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Sounds
like
like
a good
it.
So I'm going to drink some scotch.
Cheers.
Lay it on us, Justin.
All right, so I'm still tug of warring between two.
Tell us both.
Yep.
Oh fuck. Okay, so
Bam.
one. Okay, well the first
Tell
one,
one of them. Damn it.
the first one's about me, and the second one is about me getting somebody who doesn't even smoke so retardedly high. Anyway, so I'd been smoking for a long time, but like growing up where I grew up in the Maritimes, it's like everybody smokes weed, hash, this all.
Get on mic,
It's
Justin.
like hot
Get on mic.
dogs.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck. Come on, man. Like I said, I talk with my hands. Here, somebody smoke this. Anyway, so like you just grew up in hot boxed houses, so you never really got high. This one day we were sitting in this park, lit around like a campfire or whatever, We must have smoked a half ounce, me and my buddy. I like thought it was gonna green out, so like I started running laps around this field, and I was like, all right, I'm good. So I sit down, and somehow I don't know what the fuck happened. It was like 2 hours later, my buddy's sitting there telling me like, yeah, we've been talking about this and everything. I'm like, I don't remember shit. All right, whatever. Let's get up, start moving around. We're playing hacky sack, and then all of a sudden, this big building. I don't even know where the fuck, how we even got to the building at this point, because we were in a park. This building that we're playing hacky sack beside must have been like 4 stories. The whole wall is just like water waves and like fucking. It was just like we were at the water. Like I felt like I could skip rocks across it. And I was like, I'm so like. It almost had me in this trance. I'm thinking, hey, we should go dive at that and stuff. And then all of a sudden, this fucking car like pulls into this parking lot, and like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. All right, whatever, cool. We keep playing hacky sack, and then all of a sudden, I snap back to reality, and I'm like fucking 5 kilometers away on my way home, and I'd never walked that far in my life at that point. So, and I'm like walking and all happy, whatever, and I snap out of that buzz or back into the buzz. And I wake up again right outside my house, which is probably another 2 kilometers away. And I'm outside there skateboarding with one of my buddies. I have no fucking idea. This random, like, super gothic kid comes out of nowhere I've never met in my life. And, like, Miramichi is, like, Hicks, you know, like a native. So goths at the time weren't, like, really the normal thing, right? So anyway, like, he's cool as shit. But these guys like pull up out of nowhere and they want to fight with them and stuff, and I don't know what the fuck happens. So anyway, that was still a blank to me. I am now in the next field over playing fucking hacky sack with the guy from earlier. He was not around. Nothing. There was no such thing as cell phones for us at that age. Nothing. This guy somehow managed to get back there. He seems to tell me, he's like, we had plans to meet there. I don't remember any of this. And yeah, the night eventually ends. I was in my bedroom, so this is where it gets good. I never not make it to my bed unless pre-planned or way too drunk. I had like a little single bed. I woke up like...
It's okay, man.
Oh, man.
It's okay.
Do it. Play it.
Nothing. Oh yeah. You know,
Angry nose.
Oh, he might. So I was on my knees, my pants down to my knees, boxers still on. I'm down on my knees. I'm literally bent over a 45, sleeping on my bed. That's how I wake up in the morning. No recollection other than the things I just said. Like, people tell me things.
Blackout.
Yeah, I've never been so high, and ever since that, I always tried to achieve that, and not happening. That was the one and only time.
You have to have high standards, really. That's the important part.
Yeah.
Get back to that level, you know?
Nice pun.
Yeah. But
If I have to throw out a story of the highest I ever got, it was actually with you, Justin. And man, you packed me a loaded gun, and I sure as hell blew my fucking brains out for about 45 minutes. It was some kind of shatter wax. Oh. I believe Phoenix tears were in there. And if you know what the size of a nickel is, it was about that big. And for 40 minutes, I could not conjure up a sentence. Well, in my head, I could. I wanted to talk so badly, but I knew that if I was to start fucking talking, I would just come out either gibberish. Exactly. You know, I would not want to be this. That's because that's probably what it would fucking sound like.
What it would have sounded
So
like.
I sat there quietly for like 40 minutes. You and Ace were just, you know, chilling out, smoking equally the same.
Didn't you bring a buddy with you?
I did bring him, my friend John. Yeah.
Yeah. He barely spoke too, and then it was like 40.
You
or so
fucking
minutes.
blew our brains out, man.
After like 40 minutes, you guys decided like, oh, we should go now. Like,
Well, yeah,
thanks,
because
man.
I had fucking sobered up that I could drive.
He just props me and like, yo, I'll see you later, dude, and left.
No. I think I went out a little bit.
It was.
Really?
He might have said a few more things. Yeah, you guys were twisted. Speaking of times with Ace, so I have to say this one. So me and Ace at the new house, you remember the new spot? So we were down in the basement, we're session out. I've got ounces of shatter. To anybody that doesn't know, I used to make lots of it, so like we had it in excess. And all kinds, wax,
candies and shit like that.
Yeah, like I used to make edibles. Like we used to supply dispensaries and stuff. So like we had everything and ample of it. And so a dab to us was not a dab to 85.
Your average Joe.
At least maybe 90 people out of 100. You know, like they're doing like a booger. We're doing like loonies. You know, like it's a gram, and that's just a small dab to us. So people come over and they're like, "Oh, I want to dab with you guys," because they'll see us posting on Instagram and shit, and they're like, "Yeah." They come over, and after 20 minutes, they're like, "You guys are fucked." Like plain and simple. We hit too big of dabs. So one day we're down in my basement. And we're going gram for gram. So, like, I'll do a gram dab, and while it's cooling down, we're swabbing it out. He does a gram dab, and then I do one, and then he does one.
My
back
God.
and forth. And, like, every 4 or 5,
crazy.
we pull out a joint and start smoking. My buddy Dave, this guy is, he's like you, like, he does not smoke weed. He got himself way too high one time off one joint, and he was looking for people under his couch.
I get that. I literally get that.
Like, the guy
get
is a 6 foot fucking whatever monster who's like just doesn't care. Yeah, he's flipping his couch over and he's like, "Okay, I'm never smoking weed."
I get that.
Yeah. I
Sorry,
don't
why did he
understand it.
flip the couch over?
He just got way too high and he thought people because like he
The
used to
couch
do
was
it-
better that
We're
way.
under his
No,
couch.
I thought people.
Have
were
you
in
ever
the
sat
house
in a
trying to
couch
get
upside
him.
down?
I think once or twice.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was weird. I
wasn't
felt
it?
like I was in a spaceship.
Right?
Like ready to take off.
You're welcome. You're welcome. From Dave and I, you're welcome.
Well played.
So Dave comes over to see me. He comes like with a few tall cans. You know, he's always drinking, this guy. So he comes
I
with a
get
few
that.
tall cans, right? And his main idea is I'm going to sit there, have a few tall cans, and then I'll leave. Well, he comes in and we're in the middle of this session. He's never seen this. For him to explain it's way funnier, but he's pretty much sitting there watching us go gram for gram, where he got so high he forgot he had beer. Okay, yeah. And Dave, for him to
Whoa.
forget he has beer is like this.
Yeah,
he's
that's
a
not a
newfie.
world I want to live in.
He's a newfie, dude. Like beer
What's
is
beer?
breakfast to him. Like I've known him years.
Yeah,
I've
no,
never
I
seen him
get
with
that.
anything other than a beer, and they're all tall cans, just like
No, I get that.
right. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you actually a trick with the beer cans to make it go down smoother.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
showed
don't need it
Andrew.
to go down smoother.
No,
just,
no foam.
I don't
No
care.
foam. The shit goes down fast.
You're digressing. You're digressing.
I don't drink
Anyway.
for sport.
All right. I'll finish the thing. So, Dave ends up getting up. He gets up. He's like, "Yo, guys, I'm out of here." He's driving down the highway, and Andrew knows the highway. Going out towards Rockland, there's like this little stretch where it's like single lane highway.
Yep.
Right by the gas station. He was so high he couldn't even get to the gas station. He had to pull over, pass out. He had a beer in the console. He's passed out for 45 minutes on the side of the highway because he couldn't drive. He was way too high. He like snaps out of it. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna drive." He gets down like just a little bit past like almost where the golf course and shit is. Or wait, the golf course, like just on the other side of Rockland. He had to pull over again. Mind you, if you know like where the friggin' trailer park is, it's just past the other side of Rockland. That's like a half a kilometer down. He had to fucking pull over right there again to get rid of the rest of the high so he could make it to the trailer
Jesus.
park. Yeah.
Too much, man.
Jesus.
Too much.
We got him so
Yeah.
high. He's like, "I will not go to your houses anymore."
Shatter is fucked. It gets me so fucked up.
Like
I can't.
our parents are probably the people. Like you are the type of person that our parents fucking hated. Like, oh, marijuana's a gateway drug. You know?
But at least I only kept to marijuana. Mostly.
Yeah.
Ish. Fuck.
Yes, this is Dr. Khan calling. Just letting you know that your hemorrhoids are in remission. Also, would you rather A, be stuck in a bear trap and have to cut off both your feet, or B, be stuck in that same bear trap and have to cut off your dominant hand? The choice is yours.
Well, like, this is important because I give myself the best hand job in the fucking world. I'm going to be honest with you. So if I lost that ability, I don't know what I'm
So
supposed to do with
proud.
myself.
So,
you know?
I'm going to counteract that.
Nobody does it better.
Because the only thing I do the other hand is that.
Really?
Yeah.
You got stuck on the stranger danger thing, eh?
I know, it's weird. Yeah, but where's my right hand going to be when I'm using the mouse? I can't do them both at the same time.
Genius.
Right hand mouse, left hand uncock. The song, look it up. So, for me, I'm going to pick right hand dominance.
So
Cut off my
who
right
holds
arm.
the mouse?
Well, my feet at that point. That's true. You know who holds the mouse? You know who holds the mouse?
Your dick?
No.
Yo, this is some great fucking.
Helicopter ride.
no.
Helicopter ride.
You can actually eat with the other hand.
We're gonna get deeper than that. Do you know who holds the
boy.
mouse?
Who holds
Really
the mouse?
weird things went
Who
through my head
holds
when
the
you said
mouse?
we're gonna get deeper here.
Exactly.
No, we're not.
No, you aren't even ready. You ready?
The $1 million question.
Who holds the mouse?
Santa Claus? Who? Just say it.
Allie holds the mouse. I don't need my left hand anymore.
That's true. But
She's
you're
all I
still
need.
trapped in like the bear trap, so your feet are still fucked. Why would you want to like ruin your hand?
Why do I need my feet? So I can walk around and do stuff. And
Not
walk
really.
places.
You don't need your fucking feet.
Yeah, wheelchairs would be sick, man.
Yeah.
Just sit there and do nothing,
Yeah,
Mark.
like-
I don't need you to do things. I just need you to
Roll
sit
in a
there.
fucking chair and you
I
have
need
both your
hands,
arms.
is what she's saying.
Bro, I'm here. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I'll push your wheelchair. Just I need your hands.
I find it funny. So we're in
Thanks,
my.
babe.
Unfortunately, Paul couldn't be with us, and we usually record at his apartment. We're now actually in my garage, which is also my wood.
in a ritzy neighborhood in
yeah,
Ottawa, just
totally.
in case you were wondering.
It's my wood shop. I bet I could probably make you some prosthetic feet out of wood.
Ooh.
So okay, so
So
now
I'm going to
this-
cut
yeah.
both my feet off so that
Yeah.
I can make my own like
Wooden
shoes,
feet.
I guess, like
Yeah.
clogs.
How big a feet would
Give
you
me
make?
like Pinocchio.
I'm size 12, so
So how
probably
big, like
a
the same?
clog. Yeah, ish.
Y'all can share shoes.
What?
Why?
Why not?
How
You know, little nubs,
Yeah,
little size 2s.
I used to make guitars. Now I make wooden shoes.
yeah. For
children.
amputees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Traumatized people who had to cut off both their feet in
That's
order to
really
escape a
nice.
bear trap
That's
when they
nice.
could have just cut off their dominant hand.
Will your
That's
feet
really
be like
sweet.
completely cut off though if you're in like the bear trap?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a bear trap,
100%.
it's not just going to cut your feet clean off. Although it pretty well is already, the work's mostly been done.
Yeah.
You don't have to cut
True.
off your hand.
No, they're done.
Because I think that's what he said is like you're stuck in the same trap.
yeah, it's a bear trap.
Yeah.
I'm not a bear. Last I checked.
Rawr.
I love you.
I
Not.
take losing the hand.
Your dominant hand.
Absolutely.
Really?
Well,
I think everyone has the ability to be ambidextrous. It's just all in the mind, right?
absolutely.
No.
And like, you just think about like prosthetics. I don't want to have to change 2 nubs every day or something. Like one's good enough.
Changing nubs.
Well, like clean the shit. You know, you got to take
Yeah.
your prosthetic off. You got to clean your shit. Right?
Clean off the gunk and the buildup. And, you know,
I don't
the
want
residue.
Like,
I don't
Oil
want
it
to
up
walk
a
on
little bit.
blades.
well,
Oil it up.
that and like, could you imagine trying to fuck on those things?
No.
Right?
I got no
That'd be like
stability.
exactly. That'd be like having stiff legs. Like,
What?
Just
you ever
switch
watch Kevin Hart stand up when he's
positions.
like, you know,
Life's
trying to
No.
put a
easy.
stiff
Third
There's
world
only one
problems.
position because you get
Wrong.
behind and you're like, what?
Oh, yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
It's so quick.
That's what hips
so
are
quick. I
for.
mean, man
What?
overboard.
That's what hips are for.
Dude.
Yeah, but if you're on a blade,
If I didn't
you're
have
gonna-
feet,
A
like
blade
say
on
my
hardwood.
feet are hanging off the back of the bed and I'm
Use
doing it
your
on doggy
knees.
style.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
fine.
I'm fine.
Bed.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
fall
on a
over
bed,
and hold on to the
exactly.
hips.
So
On a
you're
bed.
stuck to one thing.
Yeah.
No, or fucking you can lie down
so
on
what,
your
you
back,
gonna get freaky and put your leg up on the air and do some weird
Starfish.
shit.
whatever, or you can just use the nub and fuck her. Hey, didn't think of that, did you,
No,
asshole?
that's a different kind of
Big bitch, I'm
position.
just saying. Sploosh.
Yeah, but hey, babe, in the kitchen, real quick, like just bend over. Because your blade slipped out on the hardwood floor. I'm not okay with that. Not only did I smash my face on the stove, I also burnt it. No. I get it. Don't cook while you're doing it, but still,
Yeah.
no. Hand.
Who didn't answer yet? Who hasn't answered?
No, I
don't
think
think you
everybody's
have.
answered. No, I started out. I was like, first of all, you know, I couldn't jerk off. But secondly,
Right.
your dominant hand is super important for just about everything that you do, and it's like it just wouldn't be the same to be using your offhand for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
At first.
For the rest of your life, well, how do you think it would be to not use your feet for the rest of your
Oh
life?
fuck, I'm lazy
That's
as shit. Somebody can push me
fine,
around for the
yeah.
rest of my
I
life.
see
Like,
those new scooters.
I still got my good hands.
They look
Just fucking.
comfy as hell, man.
Yo, your parking space is so much closer to the door. If you have a fucking handicap permit,
Look for parking,
Your
technically.
prominent hand one.
Yo, but
You're
I
getting
can
a
get that
permit
same
anyway.
spot without a hand.
well, I don't
And
know.
walk my ass to the door. And get somebody to open the door for me still.
I could get
The
one
same
You can
of
also
as
use
you.
crutches.
The walking
so
is
you
the
don't
hard
have
part,
to
though.
have a
Like,
wheelchair.
I don't even run for the bus. I don't really want to have to even fucking walk to the door, to be honest with you.
You can only hitchhike on one side of the road.
Or you have to turn around, and that's just super
I never
dangerous.
thought of that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Super dangerous.
that's true.
You stick your thumb out on the wrong side of
Yeah,
moose comes by.
yeah. Fuck my feet. Fuck them. Fuck my feet.
Fuck the feet.
Yeah, I want my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I want
still
my
lose
hands.
the hand.
Really?
Fuck it, I'll call Uber.
You're a fucking idiot.
Are we understanding each other? Yes. You're an idiot.
All right, Mark, you get to go first.
Yay?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yay! Is it because I'm furthest away?
No,
Yes.
Is
I
it
mean,
because
no.
I won the lottery?
no,
Is it because I'm the most handsome?
no.
Answer!
Yes.
Jesus God!
All right, pass that over to Mark. Pick
All
out a
right,
phrase.
drum roll, please. Drum roll, please.
I don't have any drum rolls.
Oh.
Do your own. You usually do that afterwards.
Oh,
Don't look at it. Don't look at it. You
I'm
can't
making
practice.
sure it's right side up.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
It is slightly deceiving.
Deceptive.
All right, Mark, you're up first. Here you go.
For once in your life, could you please put the gun to your head and pull the trigger? You're an embarrassment to all of humanity and all of other forms of life in the universe.
Really? Oh no. No,
was bad.
Practice it, eh?
The universe.
You slipped up a little bit.
Universe.
I'll give you a 6.
Nice.
Oh shit! Hang on.
Shit.
Oh,
That's-
Paul's not here. Who's gonna keep
Who's gonna
score?
keep score?
Paul!
Oh, I got
That's
this.
We
a
need
pretty-
Paul!
If you're giving him a 6, I am screwed. A, B.
For once in your life, could you please put the gun to your head and pull the trigger? You're an embarrassment to all of humanity and all other forms of life in the universe. Kids
Andrew was
help
having a
phone.
bad day.
Kids help phone.
Thanks, Dad.
All right, I give him a 6.
1-800 help
Follow
me.
soon.
That was started out well. You know, it got kind of sloppy in the middle. So let's say 6 as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a 7.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, be honest with him. Come on, just because you guys are like,
you did
you know.
fairly well. It was the
Oh, shit.
lights.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
I gave his ass a 9, man. Wait till you guys hear me. I ain't good at this shit.
I'll wait till you hear angry. Ooh, that's a game.
7. Yeah.
6,
I believe
6,
in you.
7, 9.
No, 7. Calm down.
See, I'm good at numbers.
It's nothing personal,
I'm
really, you know.
horrible with
Down.
No,
numbers.
I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Alex,
I've done
What's
better.
up?
Me.
you're up next, buddy.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go, lad.
Pick one of those.
Yes,
Here we
sir.
go now. Here we go now.
Should I say it with a Scottish accent?
No.
Yeah.
Do not.
Do it in
Don't.
an accent.
No.
Yes,
Do
bye.
it.
No. Do
Is it
not
right?
do
Oh,
that.
yes.
No?
No.
Yeah, that'll be the 0 right
Alrighty.
there. All right.
Put the microphone up to your lips.
Are we all kinds of red for this? Oh fuck. All right. Take this fist into the mist and pop at that giant cyst that hissed and pissed until you've kissed your wrist. Booyakasha!
No.
Wow.
Do it again. Do
That was
it
really
again.
good, man.
Redo.
That was good.
Redo.
Yeah.
Redo? You want me to
You
do a
get
different
the
one?
double.
Do it
You have a
again.
chance
Double
to
it up.
memorize this
Do it
shit
again.
already?
No.
I
Okay.
feel like they need to say
All
it
right,
twice.
read it again, Alex.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take this fist into the mist and pop that giant cyst that hissed and pissed until you've kissed your wrist. Ooh yeah! Ooh!
Wow.
Okay.
That was
Okay. Oh, I
Yo,
gotta
I'm-
give you a
I'm-
10.
I'm-
I
This was like
hate
my
you.
8 Mile moment.
I'm
Mom
gonna do it.
spaghetti,
I'm
mama
gonna
mom.
give it 10.
I'm
All right.
I'm gonna give it 10.
I
yeah,
think it's a
10.
unanimous
I'm gonna give it 10.
without any question.
10. Wow.
10.
Really?
This is like better than America's Got
Give him
Talent.
one.
I didn't even have to
Angry's
give a
gonna
sob
give
story.
one. He's that dick.
0.5.
He's gonna give him one.
Angry's like -47.
I'll give him a 9. Give him a 9. I gotta be the outcast.
What did
I
I
have a
miss?
fucking chance. It's better than I'm gonna get. Jesus.
Yeah, Angry's gonna be
Very
lucky to
true.
get 9 total.
Oh no. Oh no.
Asshole.
I'm not being a dick.
It's
I'm
all
just
good. They
speaking
don't
on
know
experience.
Don't
Ellie.
pick on
I'm
Angry.
just speaking on
No, you don't get one of these ones.
Oh, no. Are we switching
Live
gears?
from Turkey, it's
Good.
Ali.
Oh, like that
Google
joint
Translate.
All
All right,
Google
Allie,
Translate.
shut up.
No,
Read it.
I'm afraid. Yabani ot içtiğimde uyuşturucularımızı denemek ve o kadar yükseğe çıkmak için uzaydan gelen küçük yeşil adamların halüsiyonu Can't say that word. Halüsino.
Start again.
That kind of sounds like the Elvish from Lord of the Rings, you know, like they're at the river, just like.
Yeah, it's got a little twist.
Yabani ot içtiğimde uyuşturucularımızı denemek ve o kadar yükseğe çıkmak için uzaydan gelen küçük yeşil adamların halüsinasyonlarını unuttum. Nerede olduklarını ve alan 551'in nasıl başladığını unuttular. Whoa! Basically about like smoking weed and like green little aliens, hallucinations from like Mars, like Area 51. What?
Nonsense.
I'm gonna give you an 8.
When I smoke weed, I often hallucinate of little green men who have come from outer space to try our drugs and wind up getting so high they forgot where they were, and that's how Area 51 started.
Oh, I wish I lived in the 60s.
I'll give you an 8 because
Wild times.
that was like a giant ass sentence. And
Yeah. I really need to start speaking
That was
more
rigged.
Turkish to my
That was well
family.
done.
I think that was
Yeah.
rigged.
Family, let's do
That was
this.
pretty hard.
8?
Yeah.
Is it because she's brown? You can be honest, like just
Brown?
brownish. You
Give
know.
her a number.
I'm gonna
brown.
say.
Brownish.
Yeah.
I just-
brownish.
Well, you know, you guys are more tan than I am.
Stop
I'm
being
just-
racial.
I'm
Give me a
hey,
number.
Hey, I'm whiter than that paper. I'm just saying, like everything's dark in reference to me. It's another
Yo,
person.
whoa, slow down.
Let's
I
say.
have tattoos, but I'm not darker than you.
Well,
He's offended.
Wow.
we're kind of doing the Tarzan and Jane thing if nobody could see what was happening there. But I'm gonna say a good 8 as well, because
Thank
I'm
you.
like, yeah.
Appreciate it.
I gave her an 8.
Holy fuck.
I honestly wouldn't have known if you'd fucked
all
up either
across.
way, though. So
I can't
He didn't.
I can't follow
say
suit.
anything.
Yeah, he did. He said 8.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you an 8.
Giving you a.
Give me a 9.
Nice. Good. Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is the first. We need to like mark the states.
Just wait. You're gonna get a 1.
I'm gonna get a 1, like the next one.
Just wait.
0.5.
You have your own like bag of sayings from Angry. Like it's coming.
Where's
Clearly.
the pouch?
Right underneath.
Not
Is
here.
that them?
Wow.
That's
There you go, dude. Pick one out.
Fuck, here we
Justin's up next.
go. Uh-oh.
Don't read it. Don't read it yet.
Don't you look at it.
You gotta wait, and I'll tell you when to go.
Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah, you better
It might
watch
be.
yourself.
It's gonna be.
Oh,
Have fun.
It's gonna
I'm
be
horrible
me.
at reading. This is
Perfect.
gonna be
I'm grabbing
epic.
this.
All right, Justin, go ahead and read it.
All aboard the rock and roll spaceship headed towards the sun because tonight you're drinking the Kool-Aid. We're taking a fight to God like champions of men.
And put the mic up your mouth. Come on. Read it again.
Yeah,
Read it again.
that again.
that started out really well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like then you keep hearing yourself. It
Try it again.
really fucks with you. All right, here we go. All aboard the rock and roll spaceship headed towards the sun because it. There was no the.
Where's it going? Where's the spaceship going?
I'm so confused.
All right, I'm way too high for this. So let's go. All aboard.
Space Jammer.
So just finish it. You're getting a worse
Everybody-
number every time.
All aboard the rock and roll spaceship headed towards the sun because tonight you're drinking the Kool-Aid. We're taking the fight to God like champions of men.
Yeah!
It was putting a tongue twister at the end.
I give you a 3.
I'm going to give you a 5. Hell yeah.
Air 5.
Exactly.
Okay, so from the intro, the very first time you did it, I would have given you like an 8.
Yeah, totally.
I know.
But then
Yeah,
by the
100%.
end, you were like a 2. So I'm going to go in the middle and give you a 4.
Respect.
Yeah.
I'm going to change the metric and say the number of times that I had to listen to that is the score I'll give you. So I'm going to say 5.
That's awesome.
There you go.
That's brilliant. I
Hell
gave
yeah.
him a 5.
All right.
Yeah.
A lot better than I thought it was going to get. I thought
That
I was
was
getting ones
good.
across the
It's
board.
Angry's turn. Just wait.
It kind of looked like you walked into a tree while you were saying it. You're just like, like the rain in Spain falls mainly in the and just kind of trailed off.
His high hit him.
And
Yeah.
I was trying to block out hearing
Yeah.
it.
It's
but
so
It's
hard.
inevitable, right? You just can't block it
that
out 'cause it
delay.
just keeps going.
Yeah.
You're like,
All right. You guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
Oh,
This
no.
one's gonna be
Angry.
good.
I've
Angry
been
coming up.
waiting for
Yeah.
this all day.
Ladies and gentlemen, angry.
Marijuana doesn't make you unmotivated because when you're high, you can do anything you normally do just as well. You just realize it's not worth the fucking effort. There's a difference.
What?
Marijuana doesn't make you unmotivated because when you're high, you can do anything you normally do just as well. You just realize it's not worth the fucking effort. There's a difference.
Oh my god. Oh no.
I feel like you're getting better now. Actually,
I think it's worse than that. Oh my god.
right, these?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's why. So we got to get these unanimous.
Yeah.
We
from
tried.
online.
We've tried.
You've tried.
Start writing
Tried
in
harder.
these phrases.
Write down your phrases and send
No,
them
you know
to
what?
us on Instagram, send them to us on Facebook, send them to us in our
Text
Gmail
us,
account.
call us.
Yeah.
Who
That-
cares?
everybody
Allie
that
will
comes
plug it
every
all
week
later,
should
but
write a
yeah,
sentence.
send them to
Yeah.
us all.
Or everybody that comes every week should write a sentence and throw it
Yeah.
into the pool.
Yes,
That's
that's,
a
a
good
great
idea.
idea.
That's a great idea,
I like
folks.
that.
I do just want to say really
Where's
quickly,
your
you look like a
sentence, then?
90s dare ad about marijuana when you were saying that. You're like, smoking marijuana is bad for you and it messes with your brain. Like,
All right, so what you're saying is I sounded
smokes.
retarded. Thank you.
hey,
All right,
your words,
let's
not
get to
mine.
the scores. I want to see how terrible I did. Or amazing.
Oh boy. No, don't look at me. I'm not going first. Fuck
well,
all
you
of
said
you.
something. Hey.
You had no problem yelling earlier.
Who wants
Come
to
on,
break
folks.
it to him? Who wants to break it to him?
I'll
Jesus.
give you a 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's more than I was
I was
expecting.
going to give you a
Ow.
5.
Ooh. Take it.
That was
only 'cause you gave me a
probably
low number.
probably a 4. 4, you know?
That's about what I would have graded
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna give you a good old 6.
Ooh.
I based my 7
Wow.
based on later results of him generally giving a 1. So you're all aware.
The one's coming. Feel
Did
free
we
to
have
use
the
the
hat?
one.
Did we at least bring the hat?
I have one. It's up there.
Hey.
All right. Yeah, that's
Replacement hat.
That suffice.
So you're really eyeballing that hat. You get to go next, you know. You got to do good if you want that hat.
I know.
A word to a
All right.
word, one sentence.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I think there's
Oh,
about
yeah.
2 rounds
Oh
worth here.
yeah, get
That
ready for
sucks.
this. It's about to go
Oh,
down.
fuck.
Don't look at
Okay.
it. Don't be cheating.
You ready to do this?
Yeah. Hem.
No pre-reading.
Quit studying, you
The
dickhole.
earth is flat, and I believe it, so I don't care what anybody says because I'm a grown up and make these decisions. Ahem.
From the top.
The earth is flat, and I believe it, so I don't care what anybody says because I'm a grown up and make these decisions myself. You're not my real dad.
Good job.
Do you want to read it
Nice.
without the delay? Try reading it again there.
The earth is flat, and I believe it, so I don't care what anybody says because I'm a grown up and make these decisions myself. You're not my real dad. Decisions.
See, I'm purposely like when we first did this.
Yeah.
You called it that I put inflection
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the sentences, so
100%.
I've been removing them.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. You have to read it the
Yeah.
way it's written. It's amazing.
But you like run out of breath. You almost
Yeah.
like you read forward and look for that comment. Like, okay, I know
It's-
that a
it's
breath is
not
coming.
there.
You know,
and
yeah.
it's not there.
Fuck.
And decisions is a difficult word to say
Decisions.
apparently. No, well
Smoke
done.
weed, it becomes easier.
What is
Yeah.
it? Decision.
Listen, you fucking read it.
Any
Decision.
pours one out for the homies.
Yeah.
I have to read
No,
Turkish
officer,
ones.
nothing to
Fuck
drink
yeah.
today.
Yeah, that's your first language.
Mark, I'm going to give you a steady 5.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's a good one for the homies. You think the scotch was bad? Look at this shit.
Yeah, right? That deserves at least a
Dropping beer
9
all
for
over
me,
yourself
right?
there, Alex.
9's all
I'm a
around.
squirter. What can I say?
It's a 9 in the squirter aspect. I don't know. Oof. The one out for the homies.
I think I need to get to the hospital. My water just broke. Holy shit.
I really did.
It's
It's
crowding.
still dripping.
All right, so you guys all gave me 9s then. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm gonna.
For what?
For what I just
Score him
read?
on what he
Let me wipe the
said.
beer off my hands first. Thank you.
On that one?
He's forgotten.
Nice. Good. That means it's better than
I'm going to
it
throw
was.
it a 5 for him.
Absolutely.
A well-rounded 5.
Nice.
Middle of the road answer. Yeah.
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 I'm
Sounds
gonna
like a
go with the
6.
5 too.
Ooh.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah. Your decisions
Shut up.
were pretty.
That's a tough word for me.
I understand.
English
not
is
drunk
hard.
enough.
I understand.
Actually,
Listen.
when you hit a point of drunk, you know, when you like lose the, it becomes blah.
I'm gonna say a 7. Good 7. That was like
Wow,
moving up,
nice.
honestly.
Appreciate
Yeah.
Moving on up.
There was that one little stutter, but otherwise it was pretty much
He's
flawless.
just playing the game. No.
Somebody had to be angry, right? Slightly off
Usually
the-
me.
Thank you.
Alex,
Bring it on.
it's upside down.
Why did you pick for him? That's not fair.
That's absolutely correct.
No, that's not fair at all.
me that back.
No, that needs to
I'm
be a
tall and I'm
reset.
dumb.
He can validate if he wants it.
Yeah.
He spit lyrics the last
Oh yeah,
time.
I'm good with this
Like,
one.
he
I'm
was
good with this
recording
one.
this
All right,
fine.
here we go.
Here
Here
we
we go.
All right. Alrighty then. I once knew a guy who used coconut oil as lube and lemon juice as a spermicide. He was a wholesome fellow, but clearly crazy from all the meth he did because no idiot would ever do that.
Whoa!
Booyakasha.
What the fuck was that?
No.
Slow down there,
That is
buckaroo.
cheating.
Too much?
Well, get out of the auction and fucking read it out properly.
Yo,
Take a one,
you
take a
need
two, take a three,
you
take a
need to
four.
slow down his.
No, I can
delay.
go I can go slower.
No.
Give me another one. I'll go slower.
That is not even fair.
I'd like to thank Buster
Slow the
Rhymes.
fuck down.
Okay,
Read
here
it
we go.
again.
Yeah.
Buster Rhymes.
I once knew a guy who used coconut oil as lube and lemon juice as a spermicide. He was a wholesome fellow, but clearly crazy from all the meth he did because no idiot would ever do that.
Wow.
Wow, completely
Holy
unaffected.
shit.
Wow.
That's who working at a bar.
Well, I'm
does
giving
for
you a 10.
Yeah.
You fucking.
million things being said, and you can. Still
I'm giving you
Yeah.
5 for the fucking auctioneer, and then 5 for the other one.
So 10 altogether.
So 10 altogether. Yep.
I'll take it.
Next.
9.8.
There we go.
Nice. Swimming rules. I like that. I like this. This guy's
I
got
assume we're
swimming
rounding up
rules.
the answers. Like, this isn't going to take away from my score here. You're going to round down
We'll
on
see.
me.
We'll see. Mark?
9.75.
No,
Oh,
you already
stop
said
it,
8.
stop
You already
it.
said
No,
8.
9.8.
We're out of the auction house.
So yeah, you actually.
9.9.
Ooh.
I'm not giving out.
Making this calculator work.
I'll give it 10 as well because
Oh,
he
yeah.
did really well.
He
Yeah.
did.
Thank
He did
you.
do it really
Yeah.
well. Oh,
My
God.
boy's got scotch too, so
This is really why I brought
I
scotch to the
gotta
party.
represent.
Ah,
Also,
Yeah.
in case you were wondering,
Oh, there we go. It's been served.
for votes.
Wait till you get
Ali
that bill at the end, buddy. Damn.
Has another one to read in
Scores.
Turkish
Oh no. Oh no. Why are they so long?
because that's the only way it's going to work. Don't read that fucking thing.
Oh god.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Da-na-na-na.
Türkiye'den hayat şansı almaya geldim ve $1 milyon kaka yemeye veya $2 milyon kamışla evsiz bir adam içmeye karar verdiğimde nasıl devam etmeliyim? I fucked up towards the end.
Like how Angry basically gave her a novel.
Just
Well, that's the only way I think this is starting to work.
almaya geldim ve $1 milyon kaka yemeye veya $2 milyon kamışla evsiz bir adam içmeye karar verdiğimde nasıl devam etmeliyim? I had a dream from Turkey to come here, and I spent I got $1 million to eat shit, or $2 million to be with a homeless man. So how do I even continue? Something
That's
like
twisted.
that.
It's actually I didn't take a picture of that one to see the translation. So yeah,
I'm gonna give you a 9.5
Yeah.
for sure. 9.5.
That's actually super nice.
Because of the novel, and that's a whole other language I have no idea about. I'll match you. 9.5. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
It makes
love
sense though
this.
because our first language is English, right? Everybody, yeah.
So yeah, I
Think
don't
so.
know if
And
she's
your
fucking it
first
up or not.
language is Turkish, so
The only time
To
I'm
me-
fucking up is when I get stuck in the world. I'm like,
even if you don't speak English, you can tell when we're struggling. So we can tell when you're struggling too. So
Yeah.
9.5.
hell yeah.
See, but she could be fucking with us. Just saying
She's
shit.
not gonna-
And runs out of
yeah.
shit to say, but she gets
just making it up now.
No,
Fuck,
but
I don't want to say the
we're
same thing
gonna
again.
send it. We're gonna send it. We're gonna send this to her family, and they're gonna be like, "Nah, she fucked up."
They're going to be like,
And
what
then,
the fuck
like,
is she talking
Episode
about?
7 will be a revised.
My sister's
account.
going to leave
Like,
a really
it'll be like,
angry
no.
voice message.
Allie, instead of getting a 9, she got a 4. She got a
She
6.
fucked it up, fam.
For
yeah,
deep
no.
What are you
for
giving
the
her? What are you
next
giving
5
her?
weeks.
9.5.
Yeah,
Nine.
we all gave
That's-
9.5, I think.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
I'm in on that too.
I'm giving you 1.
Oh,
You know
the
what? I was
weekly
going to
one.
give you one in the last one, and
The
I
weekly
didn't.
one. We gotta make
weekly
that
one.
segment. Angry's
That
weekly
one.
one. He gives it
you
out
know
every
what?
week.
Every week someone gets a 1.
Yeah,
you
we gotta
didn't
start-
go
still
yet.
We gotta
I've
make
been
that
given
segment.
ones. I've been given
Yeah,
ones.
every week.
Yep.
You just
We
wait.
gotta make that a segment. The weekly one. Angry's weekly one. And we'll
What
recap
if
it.
Andrew gets weekly one?
Oh, he's
Oh,
going to
that's
get one.
happened too. Yeah, that happens. But that's
Aren't
why.
you next?
That's on his own
essentially
volition.
it's
That's
like
not
every
because
week
we're.
it should be like, who's going to hit him with it?
Yeah, no, that's not because we're assholes. That's because he's not good at it.
Because he is the asshole.
Not good at it?
Yeah. Just listen.
Are you ready for this?
No.
All right. Microphone
Oh,
up.
Rounded the bases with Here we go. All right. Rounded the bases with a home run. I'll make sure to tie my laces before looking at all the fans' faces while being careful not to knock over any vases and opening any cold cases.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was pretty
Here.
That was
Read it
better
without
than what
the
I
delay. Read it without the
expected.
delay.
He's like, fuck no.
Back to grade 2.
Rounding the base. Laughing, it doesn't help. It doesn't help at all with you laughing.
Stoners could do this. I'm just saying.
I'm
Based
a
on-
whole other level of stoner. Did you see how
Fair
many
enough.
of those bats
All
I've
right.
rolled
Yeah,
at 32%?
all right.
Fucked. Rounding the bases with a home run, I'll make sure to tie my laces before looking at all the fans' faces while being careful not to knock over any vases and opening any cold cases.
Nice.
The end of that is where it really gets
Yeah.
tricky because it's a whole like
The
there's
no
vases and the
inflection.
Nice
cases.
sentence.
Yeah.
There's no inflection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
and then it's like
Yeah.
a whole jump of topic, and it really
Yeah.
throws you a ton.
There's no inflection.
I'm good at that.
I'm gonna give you an 8. That
Ooh.
was a good try. That was pretty fucking good.
It's getting to you, isn't it?
I'm gonna give you a 4.
I know, right?
That's more what I was feeling.
Like,
No.
yeah.
See, he doesn't smoke weed. He doesn't get it.
No, I get it.
No, you
I
don't.
just don't get it.
Well, I'm
It's all
going to
good. I
stay
get the
consistent
beer, but I
here.
don't get the beer.
Fair. I'm gonna stay consistent here,
Fuck.
and 2 attempts. So
Five.
2 points.
Five.
2 points. 2 attempts. 2 points.
I said
Yes.
in the weekly too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm going to give you a 10. I'm going to give you a 10, buddy.
Bumping up the score.
Yeah.
So weekly Andrews.
Well, I can only throw it out once.
So the Andrew Weekly what,
Wow.
1 and 10, right? Is that what it is? You
That's
can only get
Why did we
Amazing.
even come here?
1-1. You can
And
give it
1-10?
1-1.
Why am I
Well, you
friends
gave it
with
another
you?
10?
I gave you a fucking 10,
I know
yeah.
you gave me a 10. Did you give somebody else a 10?
No, he gave me a 1 though.
It's
all hung up on the one.
Motherfucker.
All right. There's one left, and I'm.
Hold me back.
I am last.
Hold my mic.
Settle down, children! Fuck!
Ladies,
Calm the fuck
down.
down. Settle down.
It's
Class is
time
not dismissed
for the
yet.
Angry one.
Coming in hot.
This
You
is
guys, here, do you guys want to get it all out of your systems there for a sec, or
He's
what?
got to listen. Wait, no, we get to listen.
Your mic's
Name
Yeah.
is
Hey, guys.
Andrew Alliston.
Angry one.
How did you pronounce that?
Alice.
You fucked up his last name.
I know.
He's got you.
I know. Oh, this sucks. I just saw the very first word.
Yes.
Oh no, here we go.
And I know exactly which one it is. This is actually kind of embarrassing that it happened this way. Angry has a penis the size of a whale, and when it shoots its load, it causes colossal tidal waves that crash into the shore and causes a huge loss of life. But on the bright side of a for fuck's sake! Now I have to read it again. Which is fine by me. Angry has a penis the size of a whale, and when it shoots its load, it causes colossal tidal waves that crash into the shore and causes a huge loss of life. But on the bright side, a bunch of women got pregnant to repopulate.
Oh no.
That worked out perfectly.
Angry has a penis the size of a whale, and when it shoots its load, it causes colossal tidal waves that crash into the shore and causes a huge loss of life. But on the bright side, a bunch of women got pregnant to repopulate. Yeah, really knocked that one out of the park.
It's funny. I've heard that actually. Eventually, I heard that, but I've heard that.
So what are you giving me?
2.
6.
Wow.
I was really expecting a 1.
Oh, don't worry. I'm giving you a 1.
Hey!
I was gonna give
There it
you a 1,
is.
but you made me laugh. So 2.
So let's be different. Give you a 5. I'm just gonna give you a 5. Nobody's done 5
Thanks.
yet.
I'll give you a high five right now.
Hey-o!
Yeah.
That was a solid high 5.
Fuck.
When pulling into your favorite drive-thru, have you ever wished there was a way to get your order and save you from that anxious feeling of talking to someone through a box? Well, I've got the app for you. Introducing Menu Buddy. Simply put in your fast food favorites, and when you pull up to the menu, just face your phone to that sexy menu, and Menu Buddy will do the rest. Download it through your phone and try it for free today.
And the results have been tallied up.
Dun, 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 dun.
In last place is me.
Yeah!
What a surprise, right?
Allie cheers.
Followed
she's
up
surprised.
by my good friend Justin.
Yeah.
The winner, surprisingly enough, goes to our friend Alex.
Oh, damn it! No, really?
Yeah.
I call a rematch.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank
the Church of Scientology
for my win.
I feel like we're
Again.
too nice to our guests.
No, he was great.
Just the way of the boat.
Our guests have
Dude,
won
I
twice
came
in a
in
row.
second place.
Yeah, I
second
was gonna
last.
say.
Yeah, but he won.
Yeah.
Dan won last week.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
I brought scotch. What can I say? You know, it's obviously biased.
I feel
It's
like you
influenced.
practice this at home.
Yeah.
Speaking of scotch,
later.
let's get to it. So we're going to wrap up this episode 4 of the Gumball Machine Podcast.
Woo!
Allie, you got a couple things you want to plug once again?
We have Instagram, the Gumball Machine Pod. Follow us, comment, check out our stuff. We post regularly. The Gumball Machine Podcast on Facebook, and we now have an email address where you can send us love letters, hate letters, funny stories, pictures, whatever you want to send us. Just talk to us. We're so lonely.
Speech
the
jammers
Gumball Machine
in
Podcast
Turkish.
at gmail.com.
Just use the old Google Translate.
Yes.
Put them in different languages. We'll try and
Give
read
us
them.
phrases and we'll translate them. Give us
Yeah.
languages to talk into. We'll give her
Give us your would
whatever
you
you
rathers.
want.
Yeah, totally.
Would you rathers? Yeah.
Would you rather? Space,
Let's thank our
jammers,
guests, both Alec and
everything.
Justin, for coming
Yeah.
out.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Thank
alright.
you.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be
Mark?
here, honestly.
Wish you were here.
That's funny.
Bow, bow, now, bow, bow.
Thanks, Paul, for being here.
Hey.
No,
you know
shout out
what?
to Paul. Feel better, buddy.
Yeah, I hope
We'll
you're
see y'all
feeling
next
better, Paul.
week.
Have fun.
Peace.
Bye.
The fuck out.
Spaces.
Take it easy.